In the intricate web of global trade, nations constantly seek ways to protect their interests while engaging in mutually beneficial exchanges. Tariffs, as one of the oldest tools in the protectionist arsenal, play a crucial role in shaping international trade dynamics. These taxes levied on imported goods have been a subject of intense debate, with proponents lauding their ability to safeguard domestic industries and generate revenue, while critics denounce their potential to stifle global trade and harm consumers. This video dives into the complexities of tariffs, exploring their nature, types, objectives, advantages, and disadvantages. By examining real-world examples, we can gain a deeper understanding of how tariffs impact global trade and shape the economic landscape of nations. From the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act, which exacerbated the Great Depression, to the recent trade war between the United States and China, history is replete with examples that highlight the profound and often unintended consequences of tariffs. Understanding the multifaceted nature of tariffs is essential for policymakers, businesses, and citizens alike. By carefully weighing the potential benefits and drawbacks of these trade barriers, we can strive for a more balanced and sustainable global trading system. At their core, tariffs are taxes imposed on goods and services when they cross international borders. These taxes are levied by the government of the importing country and are typically paid by the importer, who then passes on the cost to consumers through higher prices. Tariffs serve as a barrier to trade, making imported goods more expensive and thus less competitive compared to domestically produced goods. The primary purpose of tariffs is to protect domestic industries from foreign competition. By raising the price of imported goods, tariffs make it more difficult for foreign companies to compete with domestic producers in the local market. This protectionist measure can help to safeguard jobs in domestic industries, promote the growth of local businesses, and reduce reliance on foreign imports. However, it is crucial to recognize that tariffs are a double-edged sword. While they can provide a degree of protection to domestic industries, they can also lead to higher prices for consumers, retaliation from trading partners, and distortions in the global market. As we delve deeper into the different types and objectives of tariffs, we will gain a more nuanced understanding of their complex and often controversial role in international trade. Tariffs are not a one-size-fits-all instrument. Governments employ various types of tariffs, each with its unique characteristics and implications. Understanding these different forms is essential for comprehending their specific effects on trade and domestic industries. The most common types of tariffs are ad valorem, specific, and compound tariffs. Ad valorem tariffs are levied as a percentage of the value of the imported good. For example, a 10% ad valorem tariff on a $100,000 shipment of machinery would result in a $10,000 tariff payment. Specific tariffs, on the other hand, are fixed amounts levied per unit of the imported good, such as a $5 tariff per barrel of oil, regardless of the oil's market price. Lastly, compound tariffs combine both ad valorem and specific elements, imposing a fixed amount per unit plus a percentage of the goods value. Beyond these primary types, governments may also utilize other tariff mechanisms, such as tariff rate quotas, which impose lower tariffs on imports within a specified quota and higher tariffs on imports exceeding the quota. Additionally, safeguard tariffs provide temporary protection to domestic industries facing a surge in imports that threaten serious injury. Governments implement tariffs for a variety of reasons, each driven by specific economic and political objectives. While protectionism often takes center stage, revenue generation and strategic trade policy also play significant roles in shaping tariff policies. One primary objective is protecting domestic industries from foreign competition. By increasing the cost of imported goods, tariffs shield domestic producers from being undercut by cheaper imports, allowing them to gain market share and maintain employment levels. This protectionist approach is particularly relevant for nascent industries, or those facing stiff competition from countries with lower labor costs or other comparative advantages. Revenue generation represents another crucial objective. Tariffs provide a direct source of income for governments, particularly in developing countries where tax collection mechanisms may be less developed. These revenues can then be utilized to fund government programs, invest in infrastructure, or reduce budget deficits. Furthermore, governments may use tariffs as a tool for strategic trade policy, aiming to promote the development of specific industries deemed vital for national economic growth or security. By selectively imposing tariffs, governments can encourage the growth of targeted sectors and reduce reliance on imports in strategically important areas. Advantages of tariffs, protectionism, and revenue generation. Advocates of tariffs highlight their benefits for domestic economies, protecting jobs, boosting industries, and generating revenue. Tariffs shield domestic industries from foreign competition by raising import prices. Tariffs give domestic producers a competitive edge. This can be crucial for new industries or those facing fierce competition. Tariffs also contribute to job creation and preservation. They incentivize consumers to buy domestic goods, which should boost employment. If implemented properly, tariffs can generate significant government revenue, especially in developing countries. These funds can finance public services, infrastructure, or reduce deficits. Disadvantages and criticisms. The downside of trade barriers. Tariffs come with disadvantages, raising concerns about their impact on consumers, global trade, and economic efficiency. Critics argue tariffs distort markets, stifle innovation, and harm consumers through higher prices and reduced choices. Tariffs limit consumer choice by making foreign products more expensive, while raising prices for consumers and reduce purchasing power. Tariffs can often provoke retaliatory measures, which inevitably turn into trade wars. Real-world examples examining the impact of tariffs. History is replete with examples showcasing the real-world impacts of tariffs. One notable example is the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act of 1930. Intended to protect American farmers, it raised tariffs on over 20,000 imported goods. However, it triggered retaliatory tariffs, deepening the global economic downturn. The recent US-China trade war also highlights the complexities of tariffs. Initiated in 2018, it led to higher prices and disrupted supply chains. These examples underscore the need for caution when implementing tariffs. We have reached our conclusion. Tariffs and the complex landscape of global trade. Tariffs, as a tool for managing international trade, present a complex and often contentious issue. While they can provide a degree of protection to domestic industries and generate government revenue, they also carry the risk of raising consumer prices, sparking retaliatory measures, and distorting markets. The historical record demonstrates the potential for both positive and negative consequences associated with tariffs. From the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act's contribution to the Great Depression to the recent US-China trade war's economic disruptions, the lessons are clear. Tariffs are a double-edged sword that must be wielded with caution and a keen understanding of their multifaceted implications. In an increasingly interconnected world, finding the right balance between protecting domestic interests and fostering a free and open global trading system remains a paramount challenge. Addressing this challenge requires careful consideration of all available policy tools, including tariffs, and a commitment to multilateral cooperation and dialogue. By working together, nations can strive to create a global trading environment that benefits all participants and promotes sustainable economic growth.